everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression on the new Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. So it just looks like this. I actually got two colors. So I got the color 60, which is sandy beige, and then I got the color 40, which is nude. So basically the claims on this foundation is it's supposed to be a dream velvet finish, which whips a fresh gel into a velvet soft texture. The complexion is perfected and smooth with a soft matte finish, just like velvet. The skin feels fresh with lasting hydration. So basically, it's supposed to be a matte finish, but it's supposed to be hydrating to the skin, and it's not supposed to feel like dry. So I feel like they made this like geared towards people who feel like matte foundations are just way too drying on the skin, which sometimes they can be, because with the matte finish I feel like sometimes it can look a little bit flat, which is why I normally go for like natural finishes or dewy finishes now. So I'm pretty excited to try this. I don't have the coordinating like little sponge that they wanted to use it with, but personally it was kind of hard, so I didn't even want to get it because I knew I wasn't gonna like it. But I got the Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio Wear Boosting Setting Spray. So it looks like this. This one's actually cheaper than the L'Oreal one. So the L'Oreal one I believe is $14 and this one was $10, and as well as the foundation. And for primer, what I'm actually going to do is like one side of my face, I don't know which one yet, one side of my face I'm going to do with primer and the setting spray, and then the other side of my face I'm not going to do any primer or setting spray, just the foundation itself, because not everybody uses primer, not everybody uses setting spray. So I figured maybe we can get like the best of both worlds. And then on one side of my face I'm going to do with this Morphe M439. It's just a buffing brush, and just to really apply it with the foundation. And then on the other side of my face I'm going to use the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, just because I switch off and on, and just to see like which way we can get like the best coverage and the best finish and things like that. So I guess let's just go ahead and get into the video. The reason why I got two is because one is more neutral and the other is like more yellow. So here I can see that there's a pretty big difference. I don't know if you can tell, but this one right here, it looks a lot more pink, especially underneath the light. But in person, when I tried it yesterday, just like the colors, it looked pretty neutral. And then this one right here, which is 60, so this is 40, this is 60, so 60 looks a lot more yellow. Side of my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. So I thought just because I'm using a Maybelline foundation, why not use a primer? I'm going to put it on this side of my face. So I actually really like this primer. It's very hydrating to the skin, and it doesn't leave like that oily residue or anything like that, but I really like it because it's nice and hydrating. It feels very moussey. It's a little bit of a thicker texture, if you can tell. So it's pretty thick. It's very moussey. So let's test the coverage. So I'll put some on this side. Oh yeah, I think this color is going to be okay. Yeah, I think this color should be fine, because this looks like a normal foundation color that I normally use. Side of my face, I'm going to do it with the Morphe M439. So I'm just going to really stipple this into the skin. There's no smell to it, just in case anybody was wondering, because I know sometimes foundation smells can bother people. And honestly, this does feel very hydrating. And I actually didn't put on any moisturizer either, just to see how hydrating it was. And my skin type is combination, so on the perimeter of my face I'm pretty dry, but then on the T-zone, well, not my whole T-zone, maybe just around here, I'm pretty oily. The coverage I'd say is a medium right now. So medium, just because it really it camouflaged the redness, but I still see a lot of it peeking through. So I'm just gonna put a little bit extra here on the cheeks so we can see how it layers. So with a brush like this, when you're applying, you really want to stipple it, because if you're just kind of like buffing, which you can do, I do that for more of like a lighter coverage, but if you're buffing, you're really just moving around that product. But stippling is really pushing the product into the skin and really setting it into place. It looks pretty nice. So it's no foundation and foundation. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so then the other side, same thing. And this side we're gonna do it with a sponge, the Real Techniques. I feel like because this is if you ever apply just a little bit too much product, the sponge, okay. Did you see what was happening on my nose right now? Like, the sponge is taking it off. Do you see? Like, let's see. It didn't even stick. That's weird, because that's never happened before. Okay. Let me go ahead and let me blend it in up here. But so far, I'm kind of not loving it. So I'm going to go in with my brush. And I'm going to stipple over these areas. So, I actually prefer the brush. Even though I said I thought I was going to like the sponge a little bit better, I prefer the brush. I'm going to try and cover up right here where the sponge just kind of wasn't having it and didn't want to cover my nose. And here where I'm trying to build up a little bit more coverage, it's kind of getting a little bit splotchy, if you can see. Right here. It's getting a little splotchy, so I'm going to kind of try and buff it in a little bit more. Like I said, where I'm trying to get a little bit more of that coverage, it's kind of just clinging onto dry patches, I would say. It's kind of like all in this area right here where it's starting to cling. And I don't like it. Keep in mind, I actually just exfoliated yesterday because I wanted to make sure I had like no dead skin on my face. I don't really like how this is looking. I'm not really feeling how it's looking on my face. I don't know. Maybe it'll look better once it sets. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup. Hopefully it looks better as it starts to set. I'm going to do like my concealer, my brows, and stuff like that. I'm just going to do something like really quick, light, and natural. So the other side will set with the Master Fix. I'm debating if I want to put powder on this. Maybe I shouldn't. Since it's a matte finish, maybe I shouldn't. Just kind of like let it hang out there by itself. I mean, because it doesn't feel sticky, but we shall see. So I will be right back. I just finished up the rest of my makeup. I said natural, but this is not natural. I did film a tutorial on this look, so I said, well, you know what, might as well take advantage. So I filmed a tutorial on this look, and it's all drugstore, so I will have it up within the next maybe week or two. I'm gonna have this video up first. So basically all I did was I just like put on everything, but I haven't set my face yet, and I did not set it with powder. So this side of my face again is with the primer. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio Wear Boosting Setting Spray. It comes with 3.4 ounces. So I'm going to spray it on this half of my face. It sprays out a lot. So those sprays were like too much for this side, but it feels really refreshing on the face. So right in this area right here, since it's sprayed, it kind of got like a droplet, and I messed up the foundation a little bit. So I'm just gonna go in with my sponge, and I'm just gonna like tap over it a little bit just to blend it in a little bit more. I don't know if it's gonna blend, but that's alright. But can we appreciate this highlight? Well, right now it is 1:35. I've had the foundation on for about an hour, so maybe I'll do like a 4 or 5 hour check-in, so that'll be maybe around like 3-4 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wear this, and I'm gonna go and just, you know, go on with my day. So I will see you guys in a little while. So this is my first check-in. I lost my phone, so right now it is 4:03. It has been about 5 hours since I've had the foundation on. And right now, let me go ahead and I'm going to zoom you in real quick so that way you can see what I'm talking about. All in this area right here, I am super duper shiny. On this side of my face, it seems to be a little less like greasy looking and a lot more like stuck together. And then on my chin, I don't know if you can tell, right around like right here, I have like white splotchiness, like to where the foundation is breaking up a little bit. And then if you're wondering, right there, that's from the setting spray when it kind of like dripped. So like I said, I'm pretty shiny right here in my T-zone area. So I'm just gonna take a little blotting tissue and I'm gonna blot off this oil. So it is like really breaking up right here on my nose, as well as, like I said, like on my chin too. So I decided that I'm not gonna do any powder. I was gonna use the Rimmel Stay Matte with just a powder brush, and I was gonna apply a little bit, but then again, not everybody touches up their foundation. Sometimes they just like blot, sometimes they don't blot at all, but that is what it looks like. So I guess we'll see where we get, and maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock I'm gonna call it a day, and I'm just gonna remove everything. So that is my 5-hour check-in, and we will see you in a little while. Now 6:30, and I've had this foundation on for about 8 hours now. I don't like it. I look really greasy and I look really oily, and it separated all in my T-zone. And on my chin, it kind of looks like I have a whole bunch of whiteheads. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see how nasty this looks. You can see all in this area, it broke up. It still looks really splotchy. It kind of creased in my smile lines. And all in this area, around my nose, it's starting to break up too, kind of the way it did on my chin. And on my nose, it's really oily. On my pores, it looks like it's sinking in. So all in all, I don't really like this. I'm going to continue to try this, and I'm going to try it with different primers. Maybe the primer I used just didn't work out that well. On this side of my face, it looks like that it looks a lot more held together from the primer and the setting spray, but on this side it kind of just looks like it's not good. I think I'm going to keep on trying this, and I'm going to put updates in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try it tomorrow with a different brush and a different primer and maybe a different setting spray, or maybe I'll use a setting spray all over my face to kind of see if that'll help. But as of right now, I'm not too fond of it. But I'm going to do another first impression on the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. And then I'll have a makeup tutorial coming up really soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!